Welcome back, everybody. And in this episode, this is the episode we're going to go kill the dragon. This is the episode that Minecraft says you finish the game. That Mojang says you complete it. But this is only where it just begins. This is where the game really starts. This is where you get your access to the Elytra. This is where, once you've got the Elytra, you have full freedom to do anything you want. So, what are we going to take with us? We are going to take pretty much what you see here. We've got our pumpkin head, obviously, for reasons we went through last time. We're going to take some water with us, and this will help us against some of the Endermen in there. And we're going to take our bow and arrow. We're going to take lots of arrows. We're going to take some building blocks, because when you spawn in, you may start on an island, and you need a way to get up to the island with the actual dragon on it. And actually, our main attack is going to be the axe here, because you can see from the stats there that they actually do the same amount of damage. This is 9 attack damage, and this is 9 attack damage. However, the diamond axe, or axes in general, are single target weapons, which means if we're swinging for the dragon, we're not going to be hitting any Enderman by mistake. Whereas with the sword, if we're swinging at the dragon, we may hit an Enderman, and that will make them very angry and make us very sad. So I'm just going to pop over through our portal that we did in the last episode. And voila, we are here. Now, what I am going to do is I'm going to start recording here so I can use the recording to give you a tour around the island when we zone in. And all we do to jump in is we just jump in. Here we go. And actually, I have no idea where we are. Right, so as you can see here, I'm just in the replay mod. So what we're going to do, so we're going to take a look around the islands. This is the island the dragonfly actually comes on. This is where it's performed. In the middle, there will be a port or a platform that you'll see in a minute. The dragon will be flying around, but what we need to look at first is these crystals and these pillars. So what happens is the dragon will be flying around, and these crystals will heal the dragon. So, you can hit her all you like. She's just going to heal up again. There are certain strategies that speedrunners use that will just kill her, too quickly for these crystals to work. We're obviously not speedrunners. We're new players to the game, so we're not going to use those mechanics. So what we're going to do first, or we have to do first, is we just have to come into the arena here, and we just have to shoot these crystals down. So we can do that from the floor. It will take a bit of practice. It will take a little bit of maybe a little bit of skill, because they're quite small targets, and generally they're going to be hidden, because you're going to be on the floor, and you won't be able to see over the top of these pillars. So there will be some trial and error. You'll have to adjust your aim a bit, but you can shoot all of these from the floor. Now you will notice these two here in a cage, which will not be as easy to do. There are a few things you can do with these. One of them is you can pillar up. You can take your blocks and you can just pillar up in the corner. This is actually quite dangerous, because if the dragon swoops in at you, she can send you flying, and you have no way to avoid her. If she sends you flying, you can take a lot of fall damage and end your game. What you can do, if I can control this camera properly, so what you can do is this corner here, you can shoot underneath. As you can see there's a little bit of an open space. You can actually shoot up there, and you can get her through there. These controls are all backwards. They're inverted, and it's really confusing me. So these are nothing really to worry about. It's pretty much the same, except with these ones, you can stand out in the open. You can try a looping shot. Obviously, they're very tall towers, so you won't be able to shoot up directly. Although if the arrow goes straight up, it will obviously come straight back down again. So you can use that. It's just probably not worth doing. So that's basically what we're going to do. We're going to run in the middle here. We're going to shoot all these crystals. Once they're all down, the dragon will swoop on the central platform that hasn't spawned in yet. And once she's down, you have to approach her from the back. If you come in from the front, she's going to hit you. If you come in from the side, she's going to hit you with the wings, and she's going to send you flying away. She's going to send you just way up into the air. And again, the full damage on that is painful, so we want to avoid that. So what we have to do is we have to make sure we come in from the back. And there we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back into the video now. We're going to do it in live action, so you can see it all happening. And here we go. So this is a platform you always zone into the end on. This is an obsidian platform here. This can be anywhere. It could start you up on top here. It could start you way out in the open over there. And you need these blocks here just to get up to it, really. So I think we've actually got quite lucky here in that we can just go straight up. So we have our carved pumpkin on our head. This should keep us safe from the Enderman. It means they don't aggro us if we look at them. It doesn't mean they don't aggro us if we hit them. So we still have to be careful about hitting them. And then the first thing we're going to do, this is an Enderman here, as you know from the previous episode in collecting pearls. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our building blocks and we're just going to go 1, 2, so 3 blocks high like this. And we're just going to build out a platform. And what this does is if we accidentally look at an Enderman or upset an Enderman, it gives us somewhere to hide. They can't come in here because they're 3 blocks tall. That dragon is so loud. The other thing you can do, or see they're upset. The other thing you can do, I'm actually going to turn this down because that is really loud. Let's go down to about there. Is the water buckets. If you're out in the open, if you're out in the kind of flat over there, you can throw down a water bucket, and because the water flows out in all directions, it keeps these away from you. You have to stand right in the middle of it to be safe. Well, I'd say it's a very loose term, but it means that you can keep them away from you. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take our bow. And we're just going to run around and we're going to shoot out all the crystals from the top of the pillars. Ooh, there. The other thing we want to do is I want to keep an ear out for that thump sound where she fires, because that really is the only real danger towards us. So what we want to do is when we hear that, we just run, because we run faster than the bullet flies, so we can get out of range. So that noise there. So then all we're going to do is we're going to shoot these up top here. You can always see when you get them, just because they do explode like that. See that thump sound there, right? You hear that and you just run. You just leg it forward. These towers are really tall. I don't know if I can even get up there. There we go. But you can see why you need lots of arrows for this, because some of these could be really difficult to hit. We just need to keep an eye out for that sound just to make us run forward. Because that is the only real danger we have, is her spitting at us. Here we go. Now these ones in the cages are actually surprisingly easy to hit, because you can just shoot up into the corner here. If you go underneath it and shoot up into the corner, you can get the crystal through here, like so. So you don't actually have to pillar up to these. You may see a lot of other people doing this, and they pillar up the side, and they maybe, you know, they build a little platform out there to shoot outward. And you don't need to do that. You can shoot up through the corners, and it's much easier and it's much safer. So we are just going to... The other thing to be careful of is when you're in the middle here, if you go anywhere near her from the sides or the front, she will send you flying. So if you are close to the middle when she swoops in like that, there's that sound again, so we just run. Just be careful you're not kind of right next to her, because she can just send you miles. There's that sound, let's run. See, I'm quite close to the middle now, so if she comes swooping in, I could be in for a big flight, and we don't want that. So I'm just going to come over here. Was it this one? It is this one. So we can see which ones we still need to hit because of the healing beam there. We have another healing beam. These towers are really tall. Like, yes, I think that's it. I think that's it. There's that sound. Make sure we run. Keep our food up. There's that sound again. Keep running. So these are the spitballs. These are what she's spitting at us. So what we're doing is when you hear that noise where she spits, we run out of it, because if we get caught in this, it can hurt us quite a bit. So now we have killed all the crystals on top here, which makes her vulnerable. It basically means that she can't heal. So although we could have damaged her without killing these crystals, if she jumps up and if she flies up and flies around, she can heal herself. So now we're just waiting for her to come down and to perch. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come in from behind her. If we run in from the front, she'll send us flying. If we run in from the side, she'll send us flying. So we're going to have to take the long way around and come in from behind. And we were too slow. What you can do is obviously you can just shoot her because you've got loads of arrows. The only problem with shooting her is if you miss, that arrow may hit an Enderman. That's one of my arrows. Of course, any arrows that you do fire and you do miss, you can go and pick them up again. So for example, if I fire this and I miss, it's just there on the floor, you can go and pick it up again. I just need her to come down. If you do this fight without the pumpkin heads, all you have to do is make sure you don't look at these guys. It's the only difference between the pumpkin head and no pumpkin head, is that with it you can look at them, without it you can't. So if you come in without the pumpkin head, either just keep your eyes down, or just keep your eyes up. Obviously, when you're shooting the crystals, your eyes are always up anyway, so you're not really in any danger of looking at them. But for the rest of the fight, keep your eyes down. Right, so she's come in. She's going to perch, she's going to look at us. We're going to run around. Get this time. Can't get there. Once again, we're just waiting for her to come down. Need to be quicker on getting to her, really. Otherwise, it's just going to be a bow fight, I think. I mean, we've got loads of arrows. So these shots on the pillars are actually quite tricky, which is why you want to bring so many arrows. And given the mob farm we have, arrows are not in short supply. You have so many of them, you shouldn't really be in any trouble of not having enough. But it also means if you want to shoot her, then do it. Absolutely no reason why you can't. You just have to be careful about stray arrows hitting someone on the other side. The only other thing I should say is that when she's perched, she is immune to ranged damage. So for example, can't hit her now. You see how the arrows bounce off? But when she's flying, not a problem. Wow, that nearly shot myself in the head. Imagine dying to that. Here she comes. Oh, this might be a good one. Going from underneath her. Up the front. And now... Whoa, that was a save and a half. So that's what happens if you come in from the side and she hits you with her wings, she sends you flying. And I was actually kind of lucky myself that I had an ender pearl and that I could pearl to the floor without taking too much fall damage. I think at this point it's just going to be an arrow fight. Okay, here she comes. She's glowing purple. She's spinning circles. And can we get round there in time? No, we're not going to get round there in time. Oh, no. She doesn't stay very perched very long anymore. I wonder if they've changed that. But you just don't have enough time to get around there. Here she comes. Let's get out of the way, because she's obviously going to fly away before we get the chance. So that was very lucky then. I've been very nearly shot that Enderman in the head because he ran past as I was letting go. So it's always worth keeping an eye on, or keeping in mind where your safety platform is. Because if you do aggro an Enderman, you can run underneath there and you can kill them. And they can't actually get to you. Get out of the way of that ball. Let's not run into the breath because... Oh, she's going down now. Let's just stay away. She's going to take off before we can get underneath. Get out of the way of that ball. Oof, that was close. Another one. Here she comes again, glowing purple, spinning around. Let's get a last heads in, shall we? Can't hit her there. Can we get underneath her? No! Oh, boo. That's fine, because she is going down. She going down. Like so. Nice and easy. Really easy fight. A lot easier than people consider it. This is really loud. Look at all that experience. All that experience. Glorious. We're at 34. So this is now, as you can see, there's another portal here. This will take you home. So don't jump in immediately. We're just going to grab all this. Oh, look at that. Look at that. 68. I think we're on 37 or something before. Now this on top is the dragon egg. And if you touch it, it will just fly off. You can't actually break it normally. So if I break it, you can see it's gone off that way. So let's find it. Where is it gone? There it is. So to get the dragon egg, this it basically behaves as a gravity block, something like gravel or sand. So what we do is we just dig underneath it by 2 blocks. So it sits on 1 block and we dig up the block beneath it. We put down a torch, we break the block it's standing on, it drops down, and then it breaks on the torch and becomes another entity, another block. In which case we can pick it up. And then we have the dragon egg. A lot of people like to collect this as a trophy. Put it on a stand or something, put it in a picture frame, put it somewhere where you can just have it displayed. And there we go. That's the dragon fight. As I say, it's really easy, especially with the pumpkin head, because it takes away a big worry about looking at Enderman. If you can't accidentally look at Enderman, it's much safer. So it's worth bringing. That is a portal that goes out to the End Islands. So at the start of the video, when we were looking at the side of the platform, you probably see a lot of islands outside. So there's one. There are thousands of them as you fly out, and that will take you out to it. We're going to use one of those in the next episode because they are how we find the Elytra, and the Elytra is the biggest game changer for this game. So we're just going to jump into here. We're going to get our credits. We're going to complete the game, and we're going to pop back at spawn. And there we go. We are back at spawn. We have killed the dragon. We've got the dragon egg. And easy, easy, easy. Hello. What, do I have something on my face? What do you look at me with? Well, there we go. That's the end of this episode. It's nice and quick, nice and easy. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care now. Bye-bye.